Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss The Playboy of the Western World by John Synge. This is actually a very funny drama if you read it or if you get a chance to watch the play or the drama on YouTube. It's about 1 hour and a half and it is very funny. The only thing which I felt a little bit difficult or challenging was that the Irish language, the Irish English is a little bit different than the normal British English or the other Englishes which we have learned or read so far. So that was a little bit of challenge. But apart from this, I found this play really funny and some of these lines which were given by the writer were like amazing and you couldn't stop yourself from laughing definitely. Let's just have a general idea of what this play is about. So this is a three-play act which was premiered in Abbey Theatre in Dublin, Ireland in 1907, and it had caused controversy and riots during its initial performances due to its portrayal of rural Irish life and its use of dark humor and satire. What exactly is this play about? This is about a boy, his name is Christy, who said that he had killed his father. Okay, so killing one's father is called patricide. So he said that he has killed his father, he has committed patricide. Now, in Irish culture in that time, killing one's father was considered to be the worst crime ever that you can commit, anyone can commit. I mean, even now it is seen as a heinous crime, but then, like killing maybe your brother or sister or mother is still okay as compared to killing your father because he's your father. So I think this can go up about patriarchy and some other things, I'm not sure. But killing one's father was the biggest crime a person can ever commit. So when this Christie he said that he killed his father, everyone was like, oh my god, how is this possible that this boy killed his father? Now, something which is very interesting to notice when they get to know that Christie killed his father, they are not scared of him. They don't look at him as a murderer. They don't see him as a criminal, but rather they see him as someone who has to be respected because he killed his father. They are so fascinated by him. They see that, oh my god, this is something new. They had never seen something like this. So they are all fascinated by him. And this Christie, who was before a loser, now suddenly becomes the hero in this new village where he has run off to after killing his father. Now, all the women, all the ladies, the pretty girls of that village are behind him. They are trying to get to know him and and now he's like the playboy. A playboy is someone who is messing around with girls. He doesn't commit to one. He has lots of girlfriends. So this is how a playboy is seen nowadays, like you have seen in the movies Casanova kind of. But in that time a playboy was someone who actually is seen as someone who's so heroic, who has very masculine qualities, or who is a hero for the people outside. So that justifies the title of the play. So that's a playboy. So now from being a loser, suddenly he has turned to a playboy. Why? Because he killed his father. So you see the irony of this play. But this irony makes it so funny that, as I said, you cannot stop laughing. So let's see the synopsis. Set in a small village in rural Ireland, the play follows the story of Christy Mahon. He is a young man who arrives in the village claiming to have killed his father. His confession earns him respect and admiration from the villagers who see him as a playboy or a hero. Christie's newfound fame attracts the attention of Pigeon Mike, the barmaid at her father's pub. She falls in love with him, and much to the charging of her former suitor, Sean, as the story unfolds, Christie's true identity and the past comes to light, leading to unexpected consequences for everyone involved. This is just the basic gist of this play. This play is actually in 3 acts, and then each act has about 3 scenes. So total we have 9 scenes. I will do this play act by act, but I will not delve into the scenes while I'm speaking. But you can see it on the screen what happens in each scene, so that you feel that you have actually read the play. And before we start the play, as usual, I will give you the sketch of the main characters of the play, and by the end, I will also give you some of the important quotes which were quoted in the play. So, if in the exam it comes that, okay, give a character description of this character from this drama, or just mention who said these words, and from these words are from which play, then you would be able to do that. I'm not going into detail in all of the characters, but just the main characters which we are going to see in this drama. So definitely the first one and the protagonist of this play is Christy Mahon. He's a young charismatic man who stumbles into Michael James claiming to have killed his father. Christie's tale of patricide earns him the reputation of a playboy or a hero. Among the villagers, he is charming and he has a poetic way of speaking. He captivates Pigeon Mike, the barmaid. However, we get to know his real story later. Then we have Pigeon Mike. So Pigeon Mike actually is the lady of the bar. Her father, Michael James, and he is planning to go on a party later in that night, but Pigeon is insisting that she doesn't want to stay alone. Pigeon is a strong-willed and sharp-tongued barmaid at the pub. So we have seen Christy, we have seen Pigeon. These two are going to have a romance later. Then we see Michael James Flaherty. He's the father of Pigeon and also the owner of the pub where plays actions take place. Michael is a jovial and hospitable character. He is always eager to entertain his customers with his stories and banter. He is also fond of Christie initially, believing him to be a hero, but his attitude changes when the truth comes to light. Michael's loyalty to the village and its values is challenged as the events unfold. Then we have Widow Quinn. She is a very cunning and alluring woman who plays a significant role in the unfolding of events. She is attracted to Christie and tries to manipulate him to her advantage. Widow Quinn is savvy and quick-witted. She often appears as a mysterious figure with her own hidden agenda. And also, something which has to be known about Widow Quinn is that she is being claimed to have killed her husband, and that's why her name is Widow Quinn. So, just not just because she is a widow, but also she is the one who killed her husband, possibly, most probably, for the money of her husband. She seems to have her own agendas, she has her own mind, and even later when she gets to know about Christie's reality, she doesn't see it as how normal villagers, how other naive villagers were looking at him, but she found out something which was for her own benefit. She found out how to use that situation so that she can get something better out of it. So you can see she is very manipulative and very clever. Then we have Mike Pigeon's boyfriend, you can say, Sean Cook. He's a jealous suitor of Mike Pigeon. He's initially engaged to Pigeon, but his persistent and somewhat foolish demeanor fails to win her affection. Sean becomes jealous of Christy when he sees Pigeon's attraction to him. Throughout the play, we can see Sean's insecurity and rivalry with Christy leads to numerous and dramatic situations. Sean actually he's a very God-fearing man and he's always talking about Father Riley and how Father Riley has said to do these things or not to do these things and he blindly follows Father Riley. Also, one more thing to note about Sean is that he is an orphan, which means he doesn't have a father or a mother. So he just has to take someone as his father figure and then he takes Father Riley as his father figure. So whatever this father will say, he will follow it. Something which is funny to note about it is Jean Mike, and he's about to marry her, but because Father Riley said that he cannot be with her before they are married, so even in the night when Pigeon says that I don't want to be alone if my father leaves from the bar, then what will I do here, like being alone? I don't want to be here alone. Then the father suggests that maybe Sean should be with you, and then he's like, no, because Father Riley said I cannot be with you before we are properly wedded. And this really annoys Pajeen because she is someone who's very independent. She cannot be with someone who is so much into following rules and like just blindly following one person. So she's kind of annoyed with him. And also with Sean because he's so jealous of Christy. And to begin with, Christy has his fame because of one dumb reason. Not even dumb, but like one very strange reason, that is that he killed his father. Now, Christy has gained this fame because of a patricide, and Sean, he's so jealous of him. He also wants the women to come to him. He also wants to be the hero of the village, but he doesn't know how. So he ends up saying this line that, oh my god, I cannot even kill my father because I don't have one. Right? So to get that name and fame, he's even ready to kill his own father. But sadly, he doesn't have one. So, I mean, this was given in a better way in the play. So it's a good one. You must read it. And then finally, we have old Mahon. He's actually the father of Christy. So Christy's supposedly deceased father, who appears in the village contradicting Christy's story. That's how we actually get to know what happened in the play. By the end, the father, like all the name and fame Christy had for killing his father is not even dead. His father is portrayed as a rough and tyrannical figure, and his presence disrupts the villagers' perception of Christy as a hero. Old Mahan's arrival creates a tense and dramatic climax in the play, forcing Christy to confront his lies and face the truth about his past. These are the main characters. I'll just revise once again. So first we have Christy, who killed his father. Then we have Pagine Mike. She becomes the love interest of Christy. Then we have Pagine Mike's father, Michael James, and he's also the owner of the bar. And then we have Widow Quinn, who has killed her husband for the money. We have Sean. He is the pursuer or suitor of Mike Pagine, and we have Old Mahon. He's the father of Christy. So we have two fathers. So I hope the characters are clear. I'll just dive into the acts now. As I said, Act 1 has total 3 scenes. In the first act, we see that the play opens and then Pagine and her father Michael, they are talking that Michael has to go for a game later in the night, and he is going to drink and he won't be coming home anytime sooner. He would come back in the morning. So now Mike Jean, she's a bit scared of staying alone in that bar the whole night. So her father offers that she should call Widow Quinn to be with her. But Pagine is a bit scared to be with a woman who killed already, like she's a murderer. So she doesn't want to be with her for the night. And this is the time when Christy Mahon, he's covered in mud and he's claiming to have killed his father. He arrives at the pub and the villagers are intrigued by his story and he gains their admiration. Now, the first thing which we have to notice is that when he enters the pub, he doesn't say what he did exactly, but then when the people they force him, like, okay, tell us what happened, when Pagine forces him, then he kind of like starts to tell what happened. And the funny thing is that when he tells the story first time, he's just like, so my father was controlling, he was an old man, I didn't like him, so I killed him. Okay. And then if they asked him, like, did you shoot him or did you stab him or something, and then he would be like, no, I'm a God-fearing person. I follow by the rules. I cannot shoot him. But indeed, he killed his father. So it doesn't matter if he shot him or if he stabbed him. Then he says that I killed him with a lawyer. So a lawyer is something which you use at a farm. I will put a picture. You can see it somewhere on the screen here. So this is what he killed his father with. And then as gradually he gets his fame around the village and more people come to see him as the man who killed his father, his story suddenly starts to change. It gets more of the ornaments and gets more things narrated, inserted by Christie to make his story more intriguing and more fascinating to the people. So he's catering to the needs of the villagers, but also somewhere he's losing his actual touch from reality, and also he's losing the true sense of the essence of the story which he was telling before. Now it's more of as a show to other people, but this gets funnier and also it gets boring to the person who has listened it to the for the 100th time. Let's say Pagine, she heard it for the first time, then again more people came and she had to hear it again and again. It was getting annoying for her. And soon within act 1 we get to see that his whole story has been sent out to the whole village and people are coming to see Christy, and also we get to see that Pagine becomes infatuated with him and she considers him as a potential suitor. So now while he's here, she suggests her father that because you are going and I have to be here alone and I don't want to be with Widow Quinn. So she suggests that maybe we should hire Christy as a staff in our pub, in our bar. And the father, again, see, the funny thing happening here is the father is not concerned even one bit that he is going to put her daughter with a stranger who had just killed his father, and he will be here for the whole night with her all alone. He's not scared. He's like, oh yeah, he seems like a good suitor. Let's just hire him. He'll be the one who will clean the tables and all, and be with my daughter all alone in the night. Act 1 finishes, we'll start We'll start with the Act 2. Now, Pigeon and Christy, they spend some time together and their romance blossoms. Now, this time, Sean comes and he tries to reclaim Pigeon's affection, but she rejects him. And he is really like, he's sad, he's really affected by it. And within Act 2, we also see Christy's father. He appears in the village alive and well, and he's actually looking for Christy to punish him. And this is when the villagers realize that they have been betrayed by Christy, and now they see him as a fraud. So now within Act 2, we also see that all the women around the village, they are coming and they're offering him wine and cheese, and they're touching him and they're asking to hear his story again. And they're so fascinated by him, which also makes Pigeon a little bit jealous of them. And she tries to keep Christy with her as much as possible, or she will just give him like clean this, do that, because she doesn't want other women to be with him. This is also the time when Widow Quinn, she comes and she offers Christy to be with her. She offers that you come with me, we will you can stay at my place, I have a house, we will maybe move to America if your father, if you're still scared about the murder of your father, we can do that, I have money, we can do things with that, so don't worry about it. While Christy hears to this offer, but he also has kind of fallen for Pigeon, and he says, no, Pigeon is my only love and I want to be with her. So within this time, we see in scene 2 of Act 2 that Christy's father, old Mahon, he appears in the village, he's alive and he's looking for Christy to take a revenge, or at least to punish him for what he did. So this Act 2, this reveals more about Widow Quinn. See, because Widow Quinn was turned down by Christy, and her offer was turned down by him. And even though she tries to talk to him, and they also like they give him new clothes, the villagers they give him new clothes, and there's a sporting event in which Christy is trying to participate, and this is actually kind of a procession for him, for his bravery, for him being so heroic. This is also the time when Widow Quinn learns that how he actually is just a loser. Christy is just a loser, and how everyone was laughing at him. He was a laughing stock in his previous village, and now suddenly he has turned to this confident person because people here are giving him so much more attention as compared to his previous village. But this is where we get to see how different she is. When she realizes that old Mahon is still alive, she protects Christy without hesitation, while knowing Pigeon and others would be furious at this revelation. So we get to see that she actually doesn't need a hero figure or a husband or a man in her life to be happy. She sees the things as they are, and then she uses those things to, however, in a way that will advantage her. Now, finally, as much as she tried to keep old Mahon away from Christy, she saved Christy definitely, but as much as she tried, she couldn't keep old Mahon away from Christy for a long time. And also with what Christy was doing, he was trying to play this hero sort of image. It didn't help him because now everyone was talking about him, and also because he was retelling the story multiple times and it was getting annoying for people, like including his some new friends, and also even Pigeon Mike was getting irritated by this numerous versions of his stories. So this his father, old Mahon, he was there, and then he listened to two people talking about like, oh, this guy, I'm getting so irritated by his I killed my father with the lawyer story. So this is when he realizes that maybe they are talking about my son because he killed me. In Act 3, we finally get to see that all this mess, it comes all together, usually how it happens in all the other play, like even in Midsummer Night or Hamlet, all these play, like all the small acts, they combine to become this one final act where it all ends. So then they all are like all the villagers, Pajine, her father, Christy, his father, and Widow Queen, all the women, everyone, they're like all at one place. And this is where the final revelation happens, that the old Mahon, he is able to tell everyone that, this Christy, the one you're worshipping so much, he's actually nothing but a loser. And I am here to take him back. Now, while he wanted to marry Pigeon, but he also realizes that now maybe Pigeon wouldn't want to marry him. So he complies to his father, and then he leaves with his father to his village. Now, it is also funny to see that his father did not try to give him put him in a jail or something, but rather he just offered to bring him back to his hometown, his home country, and live with him. Which I mean, this is I think one thing which maybe because he's a father, that's why he did it, and it's not ironical. But I'm not sure what the writer was trying to do here. Still, this was like, so he took him back. Now that Christy is not in the picture, Sean thinks that now maybe Pigeon would like to marry him. But Pigeon is just so sad at the loss of Christy. She cannot comprehend what's happening, and she's just like, no, no, I will not marry you, Sean. Even if Christy is gone, he was the playboy of the Western world, and no, I will not marry you even though he's gone. So she's just trying to go through her loss and to understand her feelings. And with this, the play ends. So I hope you understood what the play is about and how is the story unfolding. And I hope you understand the events better and the characters and the plot line. So now, if you are able to see the drama or the video on YouTube, or maybe you're trying to read it from your computer system or the book, actual book, if you have, that's great. So you'd be able to get other things better, and you'd be able to enjoy and find it as funny as I did. With this now, I will start with the key quotes. I have about 5 quotes. You can pause the screen and you can look at those if you want to look for a little while longer. So I'll start with the first quote, which was given by Christie in Act 1. It is great luck and company I have won me in this place from this night, with himself destroyed and I after killing my father. God forgive me, and I thinking the holy God himself couldn't tell of it. Right? So he killed his father, and then now he's doing all this drama. The next one we have is from IGNOU MEG. You're not a human person at all, and what right have the likes of you to be tying yourself with a little young foolish maid from this day? Then we have another one from Sean. Remember, he's the ex-boyfriend of Pajin. It's great madness you're telling me, the bit of a lad with a great lad, and he bringing up his clay pipe, and he with no look on his face, but the look of a leprechaun when you would cast a bit of dust abroad in a wind. Tell me who he is talking about. And the last quote again is by Christy Mahon. If I am after taking a great courage, it's destroyed, and I am, let you not be waking with me or talking, or I'll have you destroyed along with me. This is from Christy Mahon in Act 3, Scene 1. With this, I would say that we have finished the drama. This is a captivating satirical exploration of human nature, truth, and power of storytelling. It remains a classic of Irish drama and continues to be performed and celebrated in theatres around the world. It is also, as I said, it is very funny, but it caused riots because you can see how they're mocking the Irish culture and how they're making fun of it. So that's why there were riots initially, but I think they have, like, the world has seemed to taken it gradually with time, with a pinch of salt. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like the video, please like the video. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything else I should cover, or if there's anything else which we could learn or talk about. And please definitely subscribe to my channel. I see that I have only about 25% people who have subscribed to the channel, and the rest have not, which is kind of sad because I've been uploading videos for about 2 years, and more than 2 years actually, and I don't even have 10,000, which means that it's not even a small channel yet. So I really like it. And in the future, I'm planning to do some other non-IGNOU or non-MA related videos. It will be more about pronunciation and basic English grammar. So if there's something that you're lacking or something that you would want me to talk about, I would love your feedback on those things. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.